Pandas read in table without headers. How can I read in a CSV file with no headers, and when I only want a subset of the columns, say 4th and 7th out of a total of 20 columns, using Pandas? I cannot seem to be able to do usicals. Previous answers were good and correct, but in my opinion, an extra names parameter will make it perfect, and it should be the recommended way, especially when the CSV has no headers. Solution: use usicals and names parameters. Additional reading. Or use header equals none to explicitly tells people that the CSV has no headers. Anyway, both lines are identical. So that you can retrieve your data by instead of explain. Based on read_CSV, when names are passed explicitly, then header will be behaving like none instead of 0, so one can skip header equals none when names exist.
In order to read a CSV in that doesn't have a header and for only certain columns, you need to pass params header equals none and usicals equals 3,6 for the 4th and 7th columns. See the docs.
Make sure you specify pass header equals none and add usicals equals 3,6 for the 4th and 7th columns.
As per documentation, this URL header int list of int default infer row numbers to use as the column names and the start of the data. Default behavior is to infer the column names. If no names are passed, the behavior is identical to header equals 0, and column names are inferred from the first line of the file. If column names are passed explicitly, then the behavior is identical to header equals none. Explicitly pass header equals 0 to be able to replace existing names. The header can be a list of integers that specify row locations for a multi-index on the columns, for example, 0, 1, 3. Intervening rows that are not specified will be skipped, for example 2 in this example is skipped. Note that this parameter ignores commented lines and empty lines if skip_blank _lines equals true, so header equals 0 denotes the first line of data rather than the first line of the file. Names array light, optional. List of column names to use. If the file contains a header row, then you should explicitly pass header equals 0 to override the column names. Duplicates in this list are not allowed.
If you want to see my